Press F1 is the size of the piece. The size of the piece is the size of a workpiece cut, and F2 is the size of the hole, which refers to the size of the current frame and cuts from the inside of the figure when cutting. Introduce the operation process of copying the UDisk program to the host computer. Insert the USB flash drive first. There is a USB interface here. Press F2, and then press F2 UDisk file and press to switch the file. You can turn the page, select the specified file and press F6, to copy to the hard disk. Pop up the window to modify the file name. Press Enter to confirm, prompt the copy is successful. Press F1 hard file on the hard disk file. Select the file you just copied and press F8 confirm or Enter to transfer the graphic. F3, Parts option. Modify the file before cutting. Press F1, to locate the starting point. There are 5 positioning points: F-center, F2 lower left, F3 lower right, F4 upper left, F5 upper right, F2 angle correction. Angle correction has 2 functions: F1 plate correction, F2 input angle. Input angle: the current input is 45 degrees, the graph will rotate 45 degrees counterclockwise, and the input 45-degree graph will rotate 45 degrees clockwise. The correction of the steel plate is mainly for the plate not being positively placed, not parallel with the main track. Corrected by F3 steel plate, the coordinates are cleared before use, and aligned. The position of the steel plate at the starting point is cut, and then the arrow keys are used to move to the corresponding point just positioned. Press Y to confirm the second point. At this time, the graph is rotated and corrected according to 2 angles. F3 repetitive arrangement. There are 3 types of arrangement: F1 array, F2 interlaced, F3 stack. A square. We want to typeset a few rows and a few columns, set to 5 lines. The line spacing is 7 mm, 3 columns, the spacing is also 7 mm, enter confirm. F4, proportional scaling is to enlarge and reduce the size of the current graphic. The current graphic is a 100 x 100 mm square. We press F4 scale to enter, 2 twice, which means that the current graphic size is doubled to 200 x 200 mm. F5, select line, select number, select the number of lines. 1 line of valid code is 1 line, and select the number of holes. Each hole is cut into 1 hole. The line selection is mainly used to skip multiple parts for cutting. For example, there are 100 rows of parameters. It is required to start cutting on the 20th line, or you can input from the 5th hole. F6 code editing. After editing the code structure of the current graphic will be displayed, which can be used to learn G-code programming or modify the graphic. F7 graphics restore. Pressing graphics restore will restore all the changes made in the component options. F8 confirm, saves the current changes and returns to the main interface. Arc test. Piercing time. Adjust piercing time according to thickness of metal sheets. IHS height and IHS test. This one is IHS test. IHS means distance from cutting head to metal surface. Now we change IHS heights bigger to see how cutting torch move. Press IHS test, then you see cutting torch lower. Now we change IHS height smaller to see change. Press IHS test. IHS height should bigger than cutting height. As cutting torch should in high position when start cutting, in case cutting nozzles broken by spattered sparks. This is menu, used to set parameters of THC. But we do not suggest users change parameters, as all parameters set it well before delivery. If change, THC may could not work or have problem. Up and down of cutting torch. If pressing up/down when cutting, machine shall stop auto height control, then cutting torch go up or down. Lose up/down buttons, cutting torch will back to balance height of arc voltage. Setting button mainly controls the distance between the nozzle on the plasma cutting torch and the steel plate during the cutting process. The number can be adjusted. Generally, we recommend setting the distance between the nozzle and the steel plate in the cutting to be about 5 mm. Automatic manual button. When the automatic light is on, the ARC voltage height controller starts. According to what you set, if you say a distance of 5 mm, the cutting process keep cutting at a height of 5 mm. When you hit the manual, you have to adjust it according to the rising and falling of the cutting torch. Cut and adjust at the entering